And so with the turning lead into gold thing, this is something that's been mythologized a lot, because during I think this was mostly a thing during the 18th century. You had this thing where there were these charlatans who would go around to different like wealthy European courts and be like, I know how to turn lead into gold, and they would basically swindle these wealthy European aristocrats out of their money. And so alchemy started to get a bad reputation at that point because of that sort of thing. But the legit alchemists, there's no indication that they believed that lead could literally be turned into gold. Certainly not through any of these like very simple laboratory-like means, but nonetheless, this idea of lead becoming gold, that was like a very central sort of metaphorical, I don't want to say it's metaphorical though, because it's not quite true, but it was semiotically central, because that transformation of lead into gold, it signified the elevation of matter, the purification of matter, and the exaltation of matter, you could say. And they saw that as their project. So this is another thing, actually, that separates the medieval European alchemists from the Greeks or the Chinese. The European alchemists, because of the influence of Christianity, see the project of Hermeticism, the project of philosophy, as one of redeeming the body, purifying the body, elevating the body, transforming it into something divine, right? And so that idea of transforming lead into gold then really encapsulated that, because lead was understood to most embody these principles of death and decay and gravity and weight in the material world. So lead was associated with Saturn, right? So it's associated with massification and inertia and density, the feeling of like being weighed down by a body, right? Whereas the feeling of levity is one where we feel like the spirit is able to move the body around. The body is not holding us back. It doesn't feel like a prison anymore, right? The principle of Saturn is the principle of that's the best word I've got for it, is the inertia of the bodily world. So think of like a big boulder rolling down a hill, right? Nothing can stop it, right? Because of that insistence of the bodily, because it's huge, because it weighs so much, right? There's this necessity of the bodily world itself. And so they would have seen the principle of Saturn in a boulder rolling down a hill, yes, but also in like the way that like a human institution, like the Roman Empire, for example, becomes this gigantic, massive system that is so big that it's really just churning along as a matter of its own inertia. No one's really steering the ship anymore, because these institutional processes and relationships, that embodied structure has become this massified titanic thing that is just kind of operating under its own logic of self-perpetuation. You understand? So that principle is then what they are seeing exemplified within lead, because it's the heaviest of the traditional metals. It's very heavy, it's dark gray, it's not very reflective generally. It's very dark, right? That's also part of it. So all of these things for the alchemists and for the ancient Greeks pointed towards this principle of, again, kind of massification or inertia that they would have associated with Saturn. All the alchemists thought that. So they believed that there were these universal psychical forces, as it were, that were present in nature and that had this central role to play in shaping the natural world.